Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing, everyone? Hope you're having a good evening. I'm Clark, and you are watching Puka GT. So we're kicking off a few minutes earlier than I had planned. It's all down to how soon I can get those kids to bed. So they went down a bit easier for me tonight. So I decided, rather than sitting around twiddling me thumbs, I'd hop on earlier, because I would like to dive into a few races today. And if I can get warmed up now, I'll hop into my first one at 8. So let's get right into it. Swap over to my main camera here. So we already had quite a few races this week, because I was on yesterday morning immediately, and all that is to do with the fact that we had Watkins Glen endurance race last week. So I went into this week feeling up to speed on the course. Now I did have a bit to get used to racing the GR1 cars around them, but mostly a lot of the lines, a lot of the braking points, a lot of the advice on how to race around this track remains the same. So I picked it up quite quickly, dove into about 4 or 5 races, I think it was, on Monday morning. Now overall I was happy. I was qualifying high. I was staying near the front of the grid for most of the races. I had decent pace. Made a couple of mistakes though. I had one very dirty move that I made by accident on someone, which I wasn't happy about, waited, and then obviously that left me in last place for that one. And then it happened to me, I think 2 or 3 times, that I went onto the medium tires, and while they were cold, leaving on my outlap, I spun. So that is something I really need to watch for and be careful for tonight if I'm going to get some better results. I think I have the pace here. I like the course. I generally was faster than most people around me on Monday, so hopefully that is maintained and people haven't come up to speed a huge amount more since then. And hopefully we might get some results. I'm really hoping to climb up my driver rank a bit this week. So we'll see how that goes for us. Anyway, let's just go in with our rented car. And what I want to start with is taking a look at the data logger. And seeing where we rank up in terms of our current quali time. So as you can see there, it looks like I'm quite far down my friends list, but basically all of those people, bar Mitch, are A or A plus rank drivers, and Mitch is very close to A, so I'm not surprised all of them are ahead of me. And as you can see, overall, in terms of my own friends list, I'd normally be mid-table. I'm a little higher than that, so it seems to be bearing well. Let's see, global ranking-wise, 2,000. Now, how many people have set times? I said this once, said it a million times. If I want to be competitive in B rank, I need to be within the top 5% of people who've set a time. So, let's see where we are. So, I'm using GTS H rank here, and that keeps track of everybody who has set times for the daily races each week, and it gives me a total number of times set. So right now there is exactly 20,436, so I'm pretty much exactly at 10% on the nose in terms of where my quali time is. That means I'm probably going to be qualifying back half of the grid for most of this one, which isn't ideal. So like ideally I'd improve that time, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to tonight, because I want to dive straight into races, and I did spend maybe about an hour on it earlier trying to improve the time, and it really wasn't coming together for me any better than that 135 that I have there. I did set one very close to it, a 136, and I have saved that one, so I'm going to review that one now, comparing it to one of the top labs in the data logger, and just see where the main areas I'm going wrong and what I can do to improve. Just making sure that my telemetry is okay, getting my heart rate monitor on here. One second, everyone. Sorry about this. Kind of rushed towards my setup tonight, just to try and get up and running early. There, looks like everything's working now. Let me just turn on my controller here so I can properly take a look at the data logger. Now, so we'll load in. This is the lap that I said earlier on today. So it's about a 10th shorter than my best time, but not far off. You could baseline to see where I'm going wrong anyway. We'll compare that against Damien's lap here. So as you can see, there is 3 full seconds in it practically. 2.9 if you will. Okay, now I am braking. That is me braking at the 200, and that is him braking at the gap in the fence. This is just something I've started doing because no matter what I do, stopping at the point in the fence where the rungs go from 4 to 3, I just oversteer or I slow the car too much and I end up losing time. I have tried this a million times and I just can't seem to get faster braking later. Braking earlier seems to lead to better lap times for me. But as you can see here though, it does give him much better speed going down this straight section and puts him, like, of the 3 seconds he's faster than me, he gains about half of a second of it there alone. Now the chicane, this is my next big problem area. So that is me braking at the 300 and that is him braking at the Marshall box. Okay, and he's coasting over the curb. I'm braking the whole way over it. We're releasing at roughly the same time, but he's coasting and I'm immediately back on the throttle because you'll see, look how much slower I have the car compared to him. I am 40 kilometers an hour slower, so that is huge. Like even normally 5 kilometers makes a difference, let alone 40. And then that means going into this section, I'm another half second down, and by the time we leave this one, 1.2 seconds or 1.1 seconds anyway. So just pretty much all of that on the first turn and the bus stop on its own. But I'm really struggling to get them better. I've tried multiple approaches to the bus stop chicane and none of them feel great, or at least repeatable. I have like a way through it that's like, it's safe, but it's slow. Now, other big problems. Let's see. It's just consistently being like a 10th or 2 down per corner. Okay, that's a big one. It's just that corner alone is about half a second, is it? Okay, and then there's the... Okay, and I am braking a good bit earlier going into the final turn because again, that's one that I was suffering a lot of understeer with. Okay. How much time do we have? 13 minutes. I want to take a quick look at my replay as well from earlier. Just to remind myself what I did, because every time I step away and come back, I always find myself to be a second slower, and I sometimes lost about what was I doing last time? That's different. So we'll start off today by reviewing that. Okay, so here's the 130.6. So see this, I'll brake at the 200 here if I remember right, or 300 I mean. Yeah. So it's actually, I saw the ABS light flicker on even before it disappeared off the screen. So braking quite early there, getting right over the curb and being fast on the throttle again. Bus stop on this lap, I've been trying a few methods, one where I keep it in 5th and one when I go down to 4th. I'm fairly sure this is one where I went down to 4th and just tried staying tight on the inner line in the middle section. So let's see. So I'll be braking at the 300 here if I remember right. Okay, I'm relatively late in the brake here. There we go. And you can see I'm turning immediately as soon as I hit the brake. So I'd waited for the 300 to disappear. Okay, I'm just braking the whole way. I do go down to 50 quite quickly there. Hold it at 50. Give it a tiny little other dab as I go to 4th. And I'm already on the throttle. Okay. Oh, and I'm keeping it in 6th in the straight. I've discovered that it is a good bit faster. Try to keep it tight here on throttle there. So it could be a bit faster on the throttle there. Okay, understeered a good bit there. I do want to ride that curb if I want to get a better time. Doing a bit of an upshift on that turn sometimes, just for extra stability. That's a 55.5. It's about as good as I've ever gotten in the first few sectors. Okay, that's not bad. Braking close to the 100. I'm on it there already, but it's somewhere between the 200 and 100 I'm braking. Even that was a bit late for me because I understeered a bit. Covered okay. Small lift here going around the corner. And I'm braking quite early. Get him on the curb. Power out. Okay, so that's pretty much as good as I got it so far. I did get a 130.5 the first day, but I didn't manage to save that lap, as it was in between races. So hopefully I'll get the opportunity to do similar tonight, set a better lap in between some of the races. But we got 9 minutes until our first one here. I'm just going to dive in. Not going to stress too much about getting warmed up or whatever. Just want to get a few races in tonight. Given the fact that it is Daily Race C, the races are longer, can only do so many of them in a night. I want to make sure I have time for about 4 or 5, so we'll get going. Sorry. Finally got the credits together to actually buy the Toyota. I just don't know if I want to spend the credits on it. I like having them handy for the legendary dealership in case some kind of rare or cool car appears. Okay. Load of ghosts as well. In there, Damien. How are we all doing? I see there's 3 of you watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. If you do me a favor and hit that like button for me, I'd really appreciate it. Ooh, a little unstable there. The upshift to 3rd sometimes helps with that. Did I get a penalty? That was close. That's one of my weakest areas right there for picking up a penalty as well, the exit on that one. Just a bit too late in the break there. Okay, that's not a bad first effort. Happy enough with that. Ants, how you doing, man? FMJ, how are you, buddy? Potatoes, good luck. Cheers, dude. And that's a penalty. Now is the time to push. So you've got a killer time already, Ants. Have you had many races yet? Midlife, how you doing, buddy? I'm already under your time with the 131.6. It seems to be, it's my average good lap is about a 131.5, and then the rare but good laps are the ones that are under in the 130s. I mean, I've maybe said about 4 or 5 of them so far, but not really repeating it yet. $131.7. Oh, that's a 6,000th off then. Okay, it's a big improvement already. I did the upshift to third there. I think it helped a bit. Okay, try not to slow the car quite as much here. Come on! Ah, just a bit too much. It's a penalty. No, it wouldn't let me serve it there. Did one race. It was not a good experience. All I had a bit of a mixed bag on Monday. I finished on a high though. My final race of the Monday session, I finished in second. I had a couple of races I was in contention of winning, and in the final hour of it, I had a few blunders. I also had a race where instead of putting on the medium tires, I put on the intermediate tires by accident. So that was a fun one. That felt fast. This is good. 55.1 is good. I'm 4/10 up on my best lap. A little slower there. A lot slower. No, I think I faffed it there at the end. Still the best lap, but I'd say I lost about 2 or 3 tenths on the last 2 corners there. So that was all about the bus stop. That was all about the bus stop. It is good to know that I'm finding improvement so quickly though. Actually, am I able to exit this and save that best lap? Because I want to study what I did at the bus stop there. No, it's gone. Is it because I restarted? Ah. Oh, that's a pain. Oh well. Fish and Sea, how you doing, man? Toyota is king on daily C. It absolutely is. It's just, there's not even a point in racing in another car by the looks of it. Short shift to 4th at the turn just after the penalty line. Okay, I might give that a try. Yeah, in general, I noticed short shifts do seem to improve the exits in most corners. That uphill right-hander always kills me. So worried about oversteer. Yeah, no, that whole section with all the bigger right-handers is tough. I know what you mean about the upshift to fourth there, Ants. The thing is, I don't think I'm carrying quite enough speed to merit fourth. But there's a few there when I'm in second, and I could definitely be in third. Pit lane penalties. Yeah, I haven't gotten one for crossing the pit lane line, but man, throwing on the intermediates that time. Okay, I'm still qualifying in second. That's good to see. Funnily enough, had I not just set that time there, I would have been starting this in fourth. There's very little between myself and the two lads behind. See if anybody gives out to me for that tonight. I left that message in one of the races on Monday, and somebody's like, "Don't self-promote." Stop it. Don't do things. It was a bit of a whingy. See you next Tuesday in general. Okay, so I'm not going for gold here. I'm not even going for a podium. Just points finishes. That's all I want. Just slowly trying to chip away at the DR rank. Climb back up a bit. I've dropped a couple of 100 points in the last few weeks, but still maintaining solidly enough in B rank. I think I'm at about 15,000-ish DR right now. But if I could get that up to 20. Oh, living the dream, lads. Okay, if you haven't liked the video for me yet, lads, please do. Really, really helps. Wish me luck. So again, points finish. No hero stuff. Hopefully create a bit of a gap here at the start. Work with Rogue up ahead. Assuming he wants to be worked with. It's a bit heavy on the brakes there. It's cost me. Space to these lads. Outside someone. Nicely done. Need to watch the slip here. Brake a bit earlier. Can't see where I'm going at all. I don't think I caused an incident there for anyone. I didn't feel any contact. Scary. Couldn't see any of my markers going into that turn. I was practically blindly following the cars ahead. Just the foot ready on the brake. Need to be careful to not go heavy into the back of him there. We're slowing each other down a bit here. Oh. We had a tiny bit of a touch there, but I'll look at the replay of that. I did give him room as best as I could. I don't believe I caused that incident for him, but if I did, dude, I'm sorry. Anyone else in the chat watching? Did you get a better sense of what happened there than I did? I didn't feel any contact or bumps, but I did see him flying off to the side shortly after that turn. You were clean. Thanks, dude. We will take a look at the replay just to be sure, but it felt clean. He was just a lot slower going through this turn here. I think he had hit the brake hard. Okay, we've managed to keep number 3 out of our slipstream for now, but he's keeping us honest. Like, he's been right in our tail, even distance the entire time. Yeah, he's catching us a bit. He's not in the slip, but he is catching us. A bit faster than him through that section. So is that the one you were saying to short shift to 4th on, Ants? I take it. Definitely feels a lot more stable, a lot less scary. It does feel a bit slower though. We're not catching first place at all. He's just in a league of his own up there. That being said, I don't think he's made the gap a whole lot bigger than 4 seconds in the last lap or two. Ooh, we're very slow through there. Oh no! That was the race leader. I think he left the race. I saw him, he'd crashed into the barrier going into the pit. Obviously just frustrated with himself and left the race immediately after. Jeez. Was not expecting that. No, do not get a penalty. Did I keep that in? Oh! They'll definitely catch us. I know they're a second behind, but this is a fairly punitive half second here. Catch us on the straight here, but they're very close on us, and the slipstream is strong as feck on this course. People going into the pits already. I've just kind of maintained a strategy of like 10 laps on softs, and it's been working for me so far. I don't seem to be as hard on tires as the average person. Wasn't great. Oh, he started a penalty. Whew, getting away with this with the skin of our teeth, lads. Just evaded the slipstream there. Oh no. Two bad ones in a row. Person behind us had an adventure though as well. These were getting very lucky. Oh, we got a really big gap now. Whatever's happened. I think maybe the person trailing us went into the pit. Didn't quite catch it. I think that's what happened though. So we need to watch the undercut now. The point is we're in clean air here, so I believe that is the most advantageous thing to hang on to on this course. Because if I was to pit and come into the traffic with somebody who hasn't pit yet, it would just end up costing me. Just need to start going maybe a little more carefully through the bus stop. I remember it was this turn each time with the cold mediums that did me in. Ooh, starting to go a bit deeper on these tires. The main thing I need to be careful of is just snap oversteer as they get more tired. Yeah, we built up that gap to second to 4 seconds now. It was about 2 when the other guy pit, so that bodes well. Rock and Roller behind us hasn't pit yet either. Set in purple still. 4 second gap now. Definitely felt a bit more slidey there. But look, solid 132s the whole way through so far. Slowed the car a bit too much there. Cost me half a second. Bit wide, but not too bad. 5-second gap. This is going well. Scrape to 132 again. Rock and roll to his pit. Seconds. I'm pretty much going to come out neck and neck with the person in second there if I pit now. So I probably should actually. Pace is definitely starting to drop off a bit here. I can feel it. Yeah, 117. That's not great. It's one of the scariest pit entries in the game, this one. Okay, mediums. Okay, changed to the right tires, didn't opt to refuel. This is looking good. Can we do it? Gotta be good. Track Fury, Puka pole, Puka pole. No, this wasn't the pole track. That's why it's probably going well, actually. Oh, he's almost at the end of the straight. They're past us, just by a smidge. Okay. Need to be careful on these tires. Let's not cause an incident. Just happy to take a top 5. Need to keep reminding myself of that. One of them went very wide there. Bit of chaos. The tires are feeling good now. One more lap to go. Nice gap behind us, so looks like we have a podium out of this. What a race. What a way to start out the stream. Wow. To think I originally wasn't going to make it in time for the 8 PM start. Woof. I thought at one point I was going to take it, but no, when the delta between myself and the net second place person became available at 21, I had a feeling the pit was going to have me a second or two behind them, but still, as I said, I was just looking for a points finish there, so I am thrilled with that result. We've a bit to review. I want to check out some of those first lap incidents just to see what happened. Make sure that my conscience is clear. Hey F1 in Plays, how you doing? Yeah, one wrong bounce at bus stop can ruin everything. A 2 right, yeah, felt a bit of that. Looked like that contact, didn't really see it, didn't look like the contact was serious. Yeah, dropping down the field, yeah, he disconnected, did he? Okay, yeah. He was walking away with it otherwise. Where are you, Mark? Here, shift. Okay. Thanks, Greg. That was my first tonight. I was originally going to log on, start the stream at 8 and get warmed up for about half an hour and then have my first one at 8:30, but yeah, kids went to bed early. Just said, let's hop on. Then I saw the race was starting in 15 minutes. I was like, feck it, let's go for it. Tell you what, I'm glad I did. So there was a few bits on this first lap that I'm curious to see from another angle. So the first was at the bus stop here. This was all forms of scary. Because from my own perspective, like I couldn't really see where the curb was, where the edge of the fence was. Something, okay. So Gree Kane made contact with the Spanish dude. I might have, you know, like he might have been sent back a tiny bit into me there. It didn't really feel like much contact though. There's not much I could do about that. It cost me a bunch of pay. I think it cost me a place or two here as well. I know, we got away with it. So skipping ahead a little bit. The Spanish guy, I was just... The main thing I was doing is I wasn't trying to battle the Spanish guy, but at the same stage he was going a good bit slower than the eventual race winner behind me there, and I wanted to make sure that I held at least third at this point. So that's why I was kind of challenging the Spanish guy, not because I cared about an overtake, but I wanted to make sure that the guy behind us didn't get the overtake on both of us. But yeah, at this point when I'm guessing he hit the brakes here and I was right up on him again and I was like, I'm gonna have to overtake him. So yeah, bit of contact. It's not great. I really, yeah. Going into the pits. Interesting. I don't know why he's slowing down as much as he did. Yeah, like I didn't give him any further room. He's right in the curb. That's not great for me, to be honest. Not happy about that. At least it didn't seem to harm him, but I need to be more careful than that. Will I be doing any race Bs this week? No, Drac. I only ever have it in me to do one race per week. It's too much to come up to speed on a race at the level that I'm at and be competitive in it, to be doing multiple every week. Like even when we were doing the endurance race last week, that meant I couldn't do dailies. Because it really takes me a lot of work, it takes me a lot of study and a lot of practice to actually be remotely competitive. So if I want to actually climb up the driver rank a bit, I need to, yeah, just need to be a bit more laser focused every week. least I stopped him getting a penalty leaving the pit lane. Mirrorhead, evening. How are you doing, buddy? Thanks for saying hello. Wow, busy stream tonight, lads. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. No, not serious. I agree with you, Tom. They, like, not serious at all, but at the same stage, they could have been. Like, it was a tiny bump, and like a tiny bump is sometimes all you need to send someone into a barrier and ruin their race, so... I personally want to do better. So I didn't directly harm anyone in the last race. Need to do better all the same. Ah, I'm in my Ferrari. Can't be racing on that. Instead of motor memory, I keep selecting it instead of going with the rental option. Where's the option? I have to go back one step further. It's a rare week that I'm actually renting the car. Could buy it, just I don't think it's worth the 3 million credits. Is anybody else racing tonight? I know, doesn't it? I love the sound of the Ferrari. It looks amazing in VR as well. Charlie, would you feck off and enjoy that music festival? I'm very, very jealous of you, buddy. Are you going for a few days of that festival, or is it just the one night you're going to? Thanks for popping in to say hi, though. I really appreciate it. Sorry lads, I sound like a broken record here, but if you haven't hit that like button for me yet, could you please do so? I want to see if we can actually hit that 20 likes goal tonight. That would be something. That would be a result and a half. It's a penalty. Or not. Jeez, it must have been just on the line. Not bad. Starts tomorrow and you'll be on for the full 3 days. What other bands are you excited to see aside from Foo Fighters? I think for me from that lineup, one that I haven't seen that I'd be most excited to see will be A Perfect Circle. Loved them as a teenager. And I saw Tool, oh nice, in second again. I saw Tool, Maynard's like main band, when they played in Dublin 2 years ago. It was actually probably a lot longer. 4 years ago. Jeez, time flies. Breeze, my man, how are you? Kings Leon I've seen twice. I saw them play a music festival right as they brought out their first album and before they were big. Yeah, I tell you, by the time they released that fourth album, played the same festival and they were the headliners of it. They went from a crowd of, I think there was only 100 of us watching that first gig, and then it was the entire festival watching them 4 years later. It's like, One of the most meteoric rises of any band that I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that, Charlie, because like a lot of those bands were the bands I loved as a teenager. I'm guessing your dad is probably similar-ish age to me, so it's old person music. Glad to hear it, Freeze. Slept all day. But yeah, huge headache. Sorry to hear about that, but glad you're better now. Mirrorhead, Tool Army, yeah. One of the, like, I'm a huge A Perfect Circle fan. I'm a casual Tool fan. I'm like the other way around. But yeah, it was such an amazing gig though. And it was the first gig that I went to once kind of the lockdowns, the pandemic kind of started to ease up. So it would have been my first gig in about 2 or 3 years at that point. So it was extra special. Oof, had to lift a little bit there. Okay, need to brake a little earlier here. Just traveling a good bit faster being in this slipstream. It's not the fastest. Need to be careful. I've gone into the back of him 2 or 3 times now. And again. What to do? Look, I'd be happier to work with him, but I have a feeling if we go through the corners like that a couple more times, the lads behind us will be all over us. See if I can get him now. Heading into this section. A little bit of a slip there didn't help me. Okay, just need to do better here. And did better than him anyway. Oh, he's gone. For the second race in a row, we have taken the lead on the second lap after the race leader had an incident. Now, just need to try and escape the slipstream of the driver behind me. I reckon he'll catch me. He seems to be a little bit more pacey. Oh yeah, that's not good. Nope. He had a bit of a snap there. We're getting lucky, lads. He's quick though, look how quickly he's caught up with us. And I felt like I was doing those sections alright, and he's still taking about 7/10 off us. So he's going to whiz past us within a lap or two here. But he has a penalty, jeez. He's really pushing. Sometimes you don't need to be the fastest, you just need to be the most consistent. I think he hit the wall there. Let him by and then stay in his slip, is that what you're saying? Sorry, I'm gonna get so many opportunities to glance at the chat window. Need to bring Moira back, I think. It'll help me save tires being behind him, I think you said. Yeah, I'll let him catch up to me first though, before we cross that bridge. Yeah, absolutely will not be fighting with the driver who's faster than me. As I said, lads, all done a minute for tonight is points finishes. They're further up the grid, great, but I won't fret if they're not. And he's got another penalty there. He won't serve it this lap. I saw his car was clearly over the white lines in that last turn. And into the wall, and oh, he has crashed. He crashed hard there. I'm quite slowly through there at the moment, but just don't like risking it. Second place pit there. I saw somebody pit and the gap to second is a good bit bigger than it was last I glanced up, but I'm not sure. Whoa! Oh. Not sure what happened there. Thought I was being conservative. I need to take a look at the replay on that to see what I did wrong there. So the scary thing is, it felt like I was doing it the safe way I'd normally do it, but something about hitting the dabbing the brake the second time unsettled the car coming off the curb. The chap behind us went into the pits there. Slip now. To save the car from slip there. I reckon I'm actually getting a little held up by him. If I end up catching him again, which it looks like I will, it'll slow me down through these sections where I'm a bit faster. Don't want to repeat that turn 1 incident, so you know what, I'm going to come in and pit now. At the earliest I've ever pit in this race. Hopefully the traffic doesn't hurt me too much. Hey Gavin, how you doing? Ah, Mark from the previous race joined in the chat. Well done on the win, dude. That was a great race. Doesn't happen often for me either. Thanks for popping in and saying hi, dude. I really appreciate it. Well fought last race. Well earned. No! Was that in the exit? It's the width of this car, man, I tell you. First time it's happened to me, though. I think it was on the exit there. And I was so slow going into the pit to try and avoid that happening. But I think it was on the exit. Oh man. Go from competing for a win to scrambling to actually earn a point now. Whoa! I am lucky they were ghosting. Jack behind us has a bit of pace. Not gonna fight him too hard. Oh, it's actually the chap who started the race on pole. I wonder. Do you remember he had that incident on at the start of the second lap that knocked him down a position or two? Tires are getting warmed up. Oh, come on. Going for a gap that's not there. Oh, penalty server. Oh, he's approaching quick. We're gonna get caught from behind here, so I have to slow down for your man ahead. Oh, what is he doing? Oh, careful with the re-entry, dude. And take a look at the replay on that. He re-entered into me. Like, not sure what else I'm supposed to do there but hold my line. Yeah, and he's punting me now because he thinks I did him dirty. Take a look at the replay, dude. Members of the Puka court, what are your thoughts on that? Probably serving a 3-second penalty for punting me off. What can you do? Did I sleep with his wife and I just forgot about it, or what happened there? Definitely thinks I'm his mortal enemy. Wow, that race went from bad to worse really quickly, didn't it? What was the name of your man there? I'm not even sure which one it was anymore. We'll take a look at the replay. Do I try to get into your next race as Drag Fury? Yes. Yearns for Moira. Let's see, he'll probably call me all sorts of expletives here. Spawnsworth, what did you miss? Great first race. Second race went from bad to worse there. I was contending for the win until maybe about lap 8 or 9, and then once I pitched, it just all went to crap. So what happened was I somehow got a 3-second penalty. I'm not even sure if it was on the entry or the exit of the pit. And then I was just kind of stuck in a bit of traffic. And then one dude went off on his own, re-entered on top of me, like smacking himself into me, and just decided to spend the rest of the final lap trying to punt me off the course. Second place until lap 8. Where did I finish? 13th? 14th? So if I was to guess... Oh, interesting. Your man, Emmy Delison, ended up really far down the pecking order as well. Wonder what happened to him. I assume you can have your wheels on the curb there. Is that a penalty? Did that cause it? That's it. There it is. That's it. Yeah. I was going so slowly as well. Ugh, first time that's happened to me. I thought it might have actually been on the exit here. Because yeah, I felt my tyres on the line that time, but it looks like I actually didn't go over. It looks like it was just on the entry. That is a pain in the hoop. So we come out in 3rd place anyway, so I should have been competing for a podium that race if not for that one error. And then that just compounds into... that put me in 8th place. Then VT behind us had a lot of pace. He was the original pole sitter of the race, so we let him by without much issue. Oh yeah, it's a crazy incident with these two as well. It's like we should have at least got a top 8 here, just given the fact that we went into 6th again so quickly. Just lost control of his car. We both went out. So it's the last lap is what we want to see here. So yeah, it was Delison who did this. Again, he was further up. So look, he's gone out wide here. Nothing to do with us. Look, there's no contact there. He just goes out. And that's my fault, apparently. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of that? turns completely in on me. Don't knock him off the track. Hold my line. And then this happens. Now, he unfairly gets a 3-second penalty for that, apparently. So he's annoyed at me for that as well. But don't worry, he gets a chance to put me in my place again. M.E. Delison, dickhead of the week. Anyway, you're a prick, man. I hope I don't see you again in a race. He was also further up the grid at one point. He must have had some sort of incident that knocked him further down as well. Maybe he was punting somebody else off and getting 3-second penalties. Dirty as feck. Yeah, exactly. Did I join in my Ferrari again? I think I did. There's one argument to be made for buying the Toyota. It's avoiding this mistake of starting a race in the Ferrari when I really don't want to do that. But yeah, I need to screw my head on straight here. Have a cool, relaxed race. Make sure I don't get any unnecessary penalties in this one. I should be just grand. Ugh, the amount of times I waited for this countdown and then I found out that I'm on the menu before and that I'm not even entered into the race and I miss it. And I always blame Drac for it. How are you getting on, Sponsworth, anyway? Are you racing tonight? It is 40 degrees in this room right now. Okay, who do we have? One of our old friend anyway. Qualifying third, that's good. I was about to say full house of Toyotas, one BMW there. Always one contrarian. There's always one. Alright, so again, no heroics, no theatrics. Just a safe race here. Try get back in the points again. Undo the damage of the last one. Yeah, it's always the way with these things. Even on courses where I pace and weeks where I'm doing well, you can still end up taking 2 steps back for every step forward. So we just need to be careful of that now. I have no reason to not be finishing in the points every time here. I'm qualifying high. I seem to have good comparative pace. I'm racing consistently enough. Not a huge amount of self-inflicted errors, bar the pit penalty. Was just too close to them there. I had to lift quite early. Small nudge at the Indian fella there, but did what I could to avoid him. I think I did okay. Oh, okay. That was lucky. The guy behind us spun out and took somebody else out with him, and then the person alongside them served a penalty. Okay, this is a better pace from Rogue ahead of us. I was a little worried he was going to hold us up, but this is okay if we can maintain this. Okay, this is good. It was a fast lap actually. Compared to most of our race laps, it's the slipstream is serving us well here. We've got a 1.5-second gap to 4th place. This is exactly what we want at this stage of the race. Oh, get a bit of a snap. Turning a bit too early for that one. Lads, now is not the time for squabbling. Work together, please. Ended up dipping my tires in the grass there, trying to avoid them. Rogue has taken the lead back again. Probably for the best. At least there's a good gap between 4th and 5th from what I can tell. Held up a tiny bit here. Both myself and 4th place are moving a little faster than the Turkish lad here. Scary. He's defending. Ooh. Nice bit of clean racing, all that though. Quite enjoyed those battles, even if I wasn't in the mood for having them yet. Oh my god, I'm sorry. He was obviously going into the pit. Is he not racing? He quit. Yeah, Greg, it was crazy. This is all so disappointing. I have way more pace than my results are reflecting right now, all because of silly mistakes. I just had no idea your man was going into the pit there. At least I think that's what happened, why he stopped as suddenly as he did. The rest of them are in. There's the race leader, Rogue. Can take the place back once he catches up. Yeah, finally, some clean air. Funny, I've got a fair bit more pace than the race leader here. It's the slip is the only thing keeping him in touch. Might have been a penalty. It's going a bit all or nothing with it now. Stay to the right. To the pits we go. Extra careful to not get a penalty this time. Spawns Earth, accident waiting to happen that he didn't signal. Oh, this is heartbreaking. Aren't they last, am I? How did that happen? Will some people not pit, I wonder? The thing I'm most surprised by here is the fact that I'm not catching the person ahead of me. Lads, like that's 2 races in a row now where I've been competing for the win for the majority of the race and finished last. Yeah, Greg, must actually, in the Discord, we must set up a channel for people sharing their PSNs so we can all add each other and stay in contact. Probably took a hit on my safety rating there as well. Okay, didn't. Don't know how, but... Not sure who I should be apologising to. I thought he quit, but I think it was that Turkish guy there. He left the room either way. I want to take a look at that again. Yeah, thanks, Greg. It's just a shame that I'm not converting good racing into results right now, because that's 3 races, 1 good one, 2 bad ones. Despite the fact I'm competitive in all of them, like, and finished last in 2. It's just really unfortunate. I really don't have much else to blame but myself. Interesting, so the Turkish lad here is the guy I had the incident with, and I waited for him, but I saw him disappear off the track in my rear view. So I assumed he had dropped out of the race, but he finished in 9th, so I have no idea what happened to him. Interested to see here anyway. It was tough though. It's a tough enough track to get overtakes on. So he was holding up Rogue for quite a while until Rogue eventually got ahead of him and then just zipped ahead, and then left myself and Rodri behind this chap, stuck for a few laps. So yeah, that's really weird. It was him. So yeah, like, to be fair, he was going into pit. I didn't catch it. Really feckin' sloppy of me, but I saw him disappear here. Ah, he reset. That's what happened. Okay, so at least I was able to offer him the place back. That's something. Anyway, if you're watching this, Gavver, I'm really sorry about that, dude. It's just the first time that's happened. It's something I wasn't conscious to look for. Someone going into the pit while I was trying to race around that final turn. My mistake, dude. I am sorry. Now, if we could do this next race without a 3-second penalty, that would be fan-feckin-tastic. Clean air definitely seems to be my friend in this race. But I don't want to be pitting early onto mediums either. And I don't want to be starting on mediums, pitting early onto softs, and then having to work my way through traffic. I think that would be just as bad. Like, I'm qualifying high enough that it's happened a couple times now. I've ended up out in first with clean air early enough on in the race, so. Thanks, Gavin. Good luck at the gym, dude. Should be an okay lap. 130 something, I'm guessing. 138. Nice. of time gained here. Oh, faster through that section too. We're on here. Almost faster through there. It's been a small mistake. No, I hit the wall. Oh, that cost me a few tenths. Oh, so good. If I hadn't hit the wall there, I would have been in the 129s. It's always the final step that does it, isn't it? You can taste it. So close. Greg, sometimes I feel like starting on softs and pushing hard for the first few laps can help set the tone of the race. Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, that's a shame. Even with our new beautiful quali time, we're only qualifying in 4th. I've improved on my time twice tonight now. And each time I've qualified further down the grid. I hope it's not pushing me into a better category or something. Though we have VT again. He was in one of our previous races. We've Rogue LM from the last one. I think V-Stall was in our previous race as well. Alright, let's see if we can get some better results here. You know when you're charging for a faster quality time and you're begging for a 10th, then all of a sudden you crush it by a second somehow. Yeah, if it wasn't for the wall there, I reckon I would have been a full half second up. A half second up. So I lifted at the 600 there just to play it extra safe. Oh, come on, some room, dude. There's a gap. I was on the edge of the track. Somebody pitting just there. Somebody behind me anyway. Hey Irish Lightning, how you doing? Thanks for popping by again. Appreciate it, dude. Those lads out front are really disappearing away. Happy enough with the clean air either way. We've got relatively decent gap to VT behind us that we've maintained. Kept him out of the slip. It's keeping us honest though. He's been in that 1.2, 1.5 second gap for about a lap or two now. Charlie saying he can't wait to dominate B rank soon. Yeah. So unfortunate what happened to you, man. What did they drop you down to again, Charlie? Was it D or E? Okay, got a much bigger gap to VT now. Oops, went into 7th, didn't mean to do that. It's actually a bit slower. They dropped you down to C, D or E. Sorry, I think I read that right. I'll check it on the straight. Oh! Must have been an incident ahead. I see somebody all of a sudden. Yeah, he's fallen back a full second. He was out of sight until now. CDR and ESR. It's so harsh, man. Almost a 4-second gap to VT behind us. Not my best laps though. I'm guessing VT himself is just slowing down a bit. Finnish chap has gone into the pits already. I wonder if he was struggling to get ahead of the Russian lad ahead, who is now only a second and a half ahead of us, but was ahead of the Finnish lad, so he must have had quite the incident, as he was easily 4 or 5 seconds ahead of us coming into the end of that previous lap. Felt a little bit too on the edge of grip for my liking. Fine for quali. Need to play it a bit safer in a race. I'm not catching him, but he's not pulling ahead either. And he's going into pit. Let's not crash into him. And we've clean air out front, which is exactly what we want if we want a top 5 finish. Just need to make sure that I keep my own pace up. So what am I doing? I'm doing 132s. I just need to make sure I keep doing 132s, and I should be in with a good chance finishing on a podium. Nice, low 132, that's good. Just need to keep this up. Rogue LM has gone in as well. I will be the last of the late pitters. If there is one thing the other races have taught me, traffic is not my friend. So the less time I can spend in it, the better. even if it is on old tires. Oh yeah, do you know what's funny? Somebody joined the chat yesterday, somebody I had been racing against who had performed really well. We had a good back and forth just chatting away, and he suggested that I change ABS to weak for the Group 1 cars. So I took him up on his suggestion, and I'm still using it at that, and ultimately I don't feel a difference, which is interesting. But I wonder if it's actually helping with tyre wear a bit. It's a little scary. Ooh, getting sloppy. 134, okay, not great. Just had 2 moments in that lap. Please don't bin it into the wall, Clark. Yeah, thanks for the vote of confidence, Charlie. Way to not jinx me. Okay, the gap. Oh, so the Russian lad fell down behind the Finnish lad there into third, and the gap has gone from 21 seconds to 25 seconds between myself and second place, which is great news. It means the likelihood of a third place podium is increasing for us here. Of course, I can't know how many other drivers are right on their tail. Looks like quite a few, to be honest. Glancing at the track map. Yeah, I'm starting to lap a good bit slower here, so I'll need to pit on this lap. Traffic be damned. Is that alright? Yeah, not bad. It's now 22 seconds, so yeah, I really do need to pit. Do you need to box? Yes, obviously. Oh, sorry, you might have seen that I hadn't yet if you just tuned in. This has worked out for me every time I've done it, though. It's the races, the earlier I've pit, the worse a race has gone for me. Because I'm back out in the mix then for multiple laps, getting hacked out of it. Oh my god, I was still in the lead for a moment there. defend this, I think. Nice. Tires are cold, don't spin out. These are where things go wrong for me. This corner in particular. Shift to fourths just to be safe. No! It's the medium tires, it's why I don't like pitting. Need to keep a cool head now when we have a podium. Honestly, I do better on worn softs than I do on cold mediums. Oh, we are back, baby. Third place, finally, a result. Yeah, Irish Lightning, I don't disagree with you there. Ah, Forever Sideways, how you doing, man? Did you hit your 100 subs yet? Everybody watching, Forever Sideways there is a friend of the channel. If you could click on his name in the chat and give him a sub, I'd really appreciate it. He's an amazing racer, and his channel is just, I think it was too short of 100 subs last I saw it, so let's help him get over the line if we can. Spawnsworth, Charlie, Irish Lightning, whoever's watching who could do that, please do. Okay, nice. Very happy with that race. Obviously, I still have issues with the snap of oversteer on the cold mediums, but... Too right. Mateski, Samato, VT, thanks for the race. Let's play again sometime. Enjoyed that. Oh. Thanks, Greg. Yeah, best of luck Forever Sideways. Greg, you as well. Give Forever Sideways a sub. Come on, let's get him to 100. We'll celebrate it on stream. Forever Sideways is also somebody who is regularly top of my leaderboards, time trial wise. So, good chap to follow. Oof, I think I need a 2-minute break on my arms after that. Subbed, needs one more. Come on, who hasn't subbed to Forever yet? Please, this is a subathon for another channel.
Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe.
Sideways,
Please like and subscribe.
I think if you click on his name or profile picture in the chat. We did it! Thanks everyone. Appreciate it. You just needed a nudge. You just needed a nudge, dude. Big milestone. Well done. Glad to help, dude. Thanks again to all of you who subbed to him there. Really appreciate it, guys. Feeling the love. Sorry to subject to you for the barbershop quintet there. Yeah, there you are at fourth, 129.5. Jeez, that's fast, man. Ants has you beat this week. Yeah, yourself and Ants seem to be very, very close standard-wise each week. Oh, there you are, Tom. Decent times all around. Drac would normally be higher up than that. I know he's been spending most of his time at Spa this week. Messaged me earlier saying he's having a great time with it. You're going to jump on soon. Think you can find more time? If you do, could you share a lap with me? I'd love to review it and learn from it a bit. I think this could be a good one. Just a bit wider there. Nah, not good at all actually. Parts of it fell fast, but I obviously lost time somewhere. I lost it in turn one. That's it. I don't think the bus stop was the fastest, but the sections that followed it felt very good. No. Straight lined it a bit too much there. I was trying something new. It will most definitely be a penalty. No? Surprised if it wasn't. Felt like I cut the corner too hard there. Thanks, dude. I'm not sure if you had seen it, but I ended up tapping the wall on the final corner. At that time I set the 130.1 there, was right before the previous race. So I reckon I've still got another 2/10 in me. I think just even that mistake on its own cost me about 2-3 tenths. But yeah, I'm getting a bit more tired now, so I'd say it's unlikely I'll set better times tonight. Yeah, I definitely want to do at least one more race anyway. See how I'm feeling after that, because I am cooking alive in this room. Tokyo Drift. No appreciation for a good drift in this game. How's the busy season going for you, Greg? Are you out in the water for extended periods, or is it kind of leave and come back every day? Ah, VT again. Max Verstappen. Wheel fucked. Says GR1 Racing. One of the few people with an actual custom livery on the Toyota. Spent a pretty penny on it, so he did. 10 hours a day, usually in direct sun season, is kicking ass now. Oof. They need a fair whack of sunscreen for that, so you would. Careful here again, not to harm my friend VT's race. So I'll lift at about the 500 lifting. Go. Kept us close without putting us in spitting distance of him. We still got a nice gap to third. Oh no, VT, what are you doing? I'm slowing down immediately. Okay. Let's see if we can work with this. No! Oh, what happened? That's a first. Just something. My back tires just hit something there and went completely awry on me. Those lads won't be friends now. I'm totally gonna get caught up in this, am I? No. Okay, we're good. There's Mad Max going on behind us there. I need to see the replay on that as to what happened. I don't even think it was my throttle input. I think I might have clipped the grass or something. Just need to make sure I don't follow it up with another mistake now. I've been doing so well to avoid silly mistakes like that tonight. Yeah, it was so sudden, there wasn't even a chance to catch it. It was like a rug pull. Was I on the curb? I'll need to see what I did. Just so I can make sure to avoid doing it again in the future, whatever it was, because it caught me completely by surprise. You know, sometimes you can feel the mistake coming as it's happening and you don't catch it and you're like, ah, feck. But no, that was complete surprise. As you can tell by my emasculating reaction. Whatever I said. Oh. Guy mentioned his wheels effect at the start of the race. Yeah, statistically I should pick up another place or two like that, even. We'll just keep a cool head. Because again, that's all we want, just points finishes. It's worth celebrating in itself each time. Catching the German lad quite quickly. Slowing the car too much there. That gap is down to 2.6 now. I think it was at 4. Okay, turn 1. Seven again. 3, 2.8. Jeez, what's going on? Catching them quick now. Oh, incidents, penalties. 2 seconds, jeez. Got a few positions here, so. Hopefully they just go into pit soon, and then we won't even have to worry about overtaking them or getting held up by them. Careful here. Stayed on the brake a little longer. And a second penalty. Nice. For us anyway, hard for him. This has been quite the recovery drive so far. We haven't even had to fight a position yet. It's just other people's penalties and issues have worked in our favour. It's what I was saying earlier, sometimes all you need is to be consistent, which is ironic given how I started this race. I've turned it around. Race leaders are going into the pits as well, so I'll be in mostly clean air soon enough if old Findo's there pits as well. This is Gran for the moment because he's not holding me up either. Sorry I'm quiet with the chat here, lads, as I'm sure you can imagine. I'm just trying to concentrate on reclaiming a few places in this race. Okay, spitting. Alright, Tire Whisperer, let's do this. Okay, I'm setting 133s pretty much steady until now, so even if I continue on the same, that'll be great, but if I can do better, better again. Turkish chap behind us has slipped to almost over 11 seconds now, and he hasn't pit either, so he lost about 5-6 seconds at some point, I think. Yeah, a lot of that was not good. A lot of the other people who were serving those penalties, who were probably only a second or two behind us, they went into the pits immediately after that. So those are the people we're trying to build a gap to here, and hopefully when we do go into pit on probably lap 10 and come out again, we will find ourselves maybe somewhere in 4th. That would be a good scenario for us. So VT there on 3rd is the net leader of this race. Once the Turkish lad goes into pit, we'll have a rough idea of how far we are away from the rest of the field. Right now, I just have to assume I have to push a bit. One for 34, not great. The odd kind of sloppy mistake here. It's costing me a second or two per lap. I don't mind the odd sloppy mistake, as long as I'm not snapping and spinning out, I'm happy. Oh hey, anybody in the chat, have you watched the movie Obsession yet? It's one of the better movies I've seen in quite a while, to be honest. Creepy as hell though. What's it on? Nothing legal. The cinema. I think it's coming to streaming services towards the end of the month though, so keep an eye out for it. Alright, I'm gonna pit here. Seconds, so VT will be very far ahead of us, but let's see how we do overall here. Days of Thunder. I started watching a bit of Days of Thunder the other day. It's whether it holds up or not is questionable. Okay, it looks like I'm coming out in 4th here. Happy days. Oh, this is catching us relatively quickly. We need to be a bit cute about this here. A little defensive maybe. Wait till he gets a bit closer. Decide what we're gonna do. Gap again. Good. We'll be grand, sure. Oh, he completely spun out. Is he going to lose the spot? I don't know how far behind the other guy was with him, but he completely spun the car around and ghosted there. Yeah, look, he lost 5th place. Oh, that's a bad break, dude. Sorry about that. Greg, I think I'm one of Clark's first followers here. I don't have time to drive this part of the year, so now I have to live vicariously through Puka. Are you one of the first, Greg? I know you've been around a good while, but I remember the first absolute wave of people who were on the channel aren't really here anymore. There was Oldham Gamehead, Hugo, and Wolfie, and then Luke around that time as well. First joined. He's still here, of course. Then second wave was kind of like Spawnsworth, Freeze, and then I think yourself, Greg, and Drac Fury as well came in around then. Cheers, man. Nothing legal, let's just call it a grey area. Certain loopholes spawn. I read that somewhere. Race with grace and dignity. Congratulate our friend VT. Alright, let's find out what the feck happened to me there. What was it, lap 2? Great recovery drive, that one. But like, I'm happy with how the rest of the race went. That's probably put me back in the positive DR for today, which is great. BT UKR 911 wants to be my friend. Is that somebody watching or somebody I raced with I want to? If it is somebody watching, just let yourself be known in the chat there. That would be great. Wish there was a way to see the racing name as well, so I'd know who all these things come in from. That's unfortunate. I wouldn't have guessed that would have been a spin out. So to bring it down to second, nice comfortable trail. Bring the throttle up to about 80. Shift up to third. Steering is at what? Can we see it in the telemetry? So I'm at 24% angle. And then, yeah, that was just enough. That was enough to cause the back to slide on me. But I tell you, it felt like I got kicked by a horse in the back when I did that. It was such a sharp snap. No chance to catch it. But yeah, like I must have been just off by a few percent on the steering, because that's typically how I want to do that corner. Start to go down on the throttle hard as I'm in third and straighten up. What the fuck happened with these lads anyway? Actually, I'm not sure if that was on purpose. What that guy did was... Can't blame him, I would be annoyed about that too. Oh my god, he just took it. Lads, these are useless. Innocent mistake leads to about 3 or 4 people on the track being absolute mortal enemies. Muppets. Cooler heads, lads. Cooler heads prevail. Little too much power, yeah. Crikey. Okay, I'm going to do one more race anyway. It's been a good night of racing though. Like that, what's that? Six of these 30-minute slot races. It's a bit more than I had planned on doing tonight anyway. Very happy with how they've gone though. No, I need to rent a car, don't I? Keep clicking the wrong thing. Bad habits die hard. Smashing it, man. Cheers. It's the Irwins. Crikey. Okay, should have timed it. Try one more lap. And we finish on a high. I think I might actually watch a movie tonight to wind down. I find like with these longer sessions, like even though I'm tired right now, it will take me a while for the adrenaline and the caffeine to wear off before I'll actually get sleepy. I'll probably be up till about 1 AM tonight, even if I stop playing now. So, good movie, methinks. I'm not even sure what I have on the watch list anymore, because I'm kind of caught up on most of the movies I wanted to see so far this year. Big one I'm waiting on at the moment is Backrooms. Or the supernatural kind of horror one that was originally based on a web series. Meant to be really good though. Great cast as well. And I think the director is only about 20, 21 years old, which is incredibly impressive. At the time, anyway. Greedy right foot it was, yeah. Blade Runner. You know, honest admission here. Now I'm saying this. I'm a huge film buff. I'm a former filmmaker. I don't like the original Blade Runner. I never saw it growing up. I only got to see it for the first time in maybe 2010. So I had no affinity for it, and I just wasn't that mad into it. Now that being said, the sequel, Ryan Gosling, the Denis Villeneuve one, is one of my favorite sci-fi films. But the original, yeah, it really didn't do it for me for some reason. Like, I love the setting. I love cyberpunk in general, especially kind of 80s style cyberpunk. But yeah, I don't know why. You know, just sometimes something doesn't click with you. Alright, let's go for another top 5. I typically don't watch things twice as well. I probably have the record for the most amount of movies watched and rated on IMDb at this point. I think I'm at 8,000. Project Hail Mary, loved it. Absolutely loved it. Liked it even more than The Martian. I'm a fan of Ryan Gosling in general. Like, there's very few things he's in that I dislike. Very, very versatile actor. Top of your list to watch again? Yeah, I must give it another shot, to be fair. No, VT. Oh no, no, come on, dude. There I am trying to avoid bumping into VT and a guy just sideswipes me, continues down the road, happy as Larry, I don't care. Feck you, he says. Can we recover? Really don't want to finish the night on a note like this. So VT had a bit of an incident there and I had to lift off heavy to avoid going hard into him, which meant that the person that was speeding behind me didn't have many places to go and just slammed into the side of me, which, you know, I can forgive that, but you can feckin' wait. It's what I do. Well, look, we're getting some places for free here at least. If we can somehow... Oh no! Crawl back into the points. We need to remember, again, usual points, don't let one incident lead to another, which is what I was doing there. I'm flustered. I don't see VT in the top 3 anymore, so I might have gotten taken out of it as well. I think it was Aronix, the Turkish lad, who went into us. It's not the type thing I'd hold a grudge over, just because I don't believe he had anywhere to go. He was probably already on the break. But yeah, it's just frustrating when you're being conscious of the driver ahead of you who's made a mistake and the driver behind you isn't offering you the same courtesy. Okay, to 11th. We'll get the points. We'll get back in the points in this one. It's cool head. That's all we need. There's another one for free. Oh, don't reverse into me. true racer would wait. Oh, instant karma. Why? Was one of the guys who took me out one of the people who spun out? Catching these guys ahead quite quickly. They're fighting cats and dogs. I'm hoping they hit, but obviously not. Oh, for feck's sake. Is he going to try something on me now if I go past him? Decided to hold off on it because I wasn't sure what mood he was in. If I put pressure on him, he might make a mistake. Give you a bump. It's not me being aggressive. Trying to help you. He slowed down quite heavily there for us. I'm not 100% sure why. But Jesus, I made a meal of that. They'll have us here now. I gave us a bump. Nice one, dude. I'm guessing he might have just picked up on the fact that I'm a little faster than him and thought we might be able to work together for a section or two. Alright, we're back in the points. It's early enough. Might get a top 5 out of this yet. Right in his tail now. Oh, and he has a penalty as well. People pitting. This is all looking quite positive for me now. There's a few custom liveries I've seen today. being quite gentle through there, just to make sure didn't hit him. All I need to do is stay close to him. The other chap picked up a penalty there as well. And he slowed down here. Okay, it is on. Hug them. Will I get them both? Oh, this is going to be tight. I think I have him. Bit late in the brakes there, but got it done. But we're in 5th, but it's not net 5th, as there were 1 or 2 people that pit already ahead of us. A lot of them are doing it now. We might even get some clean air here if we're lucky. There's one guy still out. Let's get the bias. Is that a penalty? Slowed him down anyway. Penalty. Ooh. And he's pitting. And he's getting a 3-second penalty for that pit. Clean air. Let's make use of it. Pit or no pit, I wasn't expecting to see myself leading this race again at any point. Okay, Achilles, Achilles is pit. What's the gap to Aeronix? 12, okay. It's about 22 seconds for a pit. dropping off a bit here pace-wise. Need to wake up a bit. It's not the tires, it's me. It's probably a 134. I need to get down to at least a low 133. Okay, 133.6. Not as bad as I thought, but still not great. It's a much better turn 1 than last time. Friend VT with the fastest lap. Good man, VT. I just noticed though, I don't see VT in the top 8. That's a bit of a shame. Don't know what happened to him. I actually have no idea what my net position is here, but I'm fairly sure before people were pitting I had still made my way up to 5th. Maybe not. It's kind of lost track of it, to be honest. I think I'm faster staying out. I'm pitting on the 11th lap. I have a feeling I'll be going into heavy traffic and I'll be faster without it on more on softs than I would be on cold mediums stuck behind traffic. Traffic can tend to be a bit feistier around this stage of the race as well, so the longer I can avoid it, the better. We're still lapping well, still under 134. Chat, this is the latest I've left it today. Did this once on Monday. Worked out though. The race leader there has only caught us by a second over the last few laps. Is Andy. Tells me that my pace is okay. It's way too slow. Just being a little overly careful at this point. Still, that gap is kind of remaining the same between 11 and 11 and a half seconds. Oh, almost got the penalty there. Okay. Michael Dixon, sorry, didn't see you when you joined. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you again. It's been a while. Oh no. I thought I was in with the top 8 here. I might not be. Okay. I'm in with the top 8. Cold mediums, I hate thee. Luckily, position 9 has fallen really far back, whatever happened to them. So we can just take it easy now for these last few corners. Oh, yes. Oh, what a recovery. Oh, poor friend VT down 11th, whatever happened to them. Setting fastest laps back there as well. Hate hearing all the zooms when you're sitting in the pits, yeah. Ooh, what's this? Who's calling efficiency Kim Jong-il? Oh, right, forever sight. If you don't wait, it's like keeping your own score on a golf course. You're just lying to yourself, yeah. Too many people smash and run, yeah, very true. Look, you know, ultimately, I don't take any of it too seriously. Like, it's a game. I'm doing it because it's fun. It's a shame when there's bad sportsmanship, but it's to be expected. Alright, take a quick review of that one. Curious to see that incident on lap 1. Oh yeah, Michael, I forgot. Yeah, he's been a bit taken on a new role at work. That's been eating a lot of time. That and the missus and maybe it's you only. Oh man. You don't want to be taking on new responsibilities at work when you got a kid in the way, man. My younger brother, he works for an American tech firm and he took on the lead role for their EMEA legal team right around the time he found out his wife was pregnant with twins. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing, man? And he's got like a 2-year-old as well. And they went through a house purchase in the middle of all of it. I was like, I think he regrets it now overall. It's like his work stress doubled on top of his life stress, like quadrupling all at the same time. So yeah, VT here had an incident. Just an awkward bounce, snap and a skid. And you can see now normally I will be full on the throttle here, but of course I'm not. Aronix, to be fair to him, isn't on the throttle yet. He gets on it here. Yeah. VT just lost it himself. Some lag going on there as well from I like, we've had incidents today where I've been like, fuck that guy. I'm not quite like that with this one. I do understand a bit about why it happened. He might not have thought I was going to be where I was. He thought he saw a gap. I moved in on him. He hit me. Now, of course, his fault and everything. And if it was the other way around, I'd absolutely be waiting, and I don't consider that good sportsmanship, but I don't necessarily consider that the dirtiest. Because I do feel he was holding back here and watching out. Like, look, he's not on the throttle yet either. Still not. Like I'd normally be on the throttle. Okay, assuming there's nobody I'm going to make contact with. You brake here, coast, brake, throttle. So that's where I'd be hitting the throttle. And look, he's gone all the way around the other one, still hasn't hit anything. He sees this clear wet path forward, but he doesn't see that I'm angled up onto it as well and clips me. Yeah, I consider that in the ballpark of racing incident. That's a lot to take on. It sure was. Brother wastes no time. We need to get this channel to monetize. Yes, and I do plan on it. I have to hit 500 subs first. I can't monetize until I do. Just how YouTube works. He was out of control. Yep. Michael Dixon, my company was good about it. They set me up to take it knowing I'd be out for 3 months. Oh, great. You're getting a full 3 months. That's something else for the US. I know they're not great on parents' leave. How am I doing? I know I've had a lot going on lately. To be honest, I haven't had a huge amount going on. Just obviously helping out my brother with his madness. We were doing the house move itself last week, packing up everything. You know what, guys, I'm still feeling another race. I'm enjoying this too much. I'm enjoying the chats, and I have pace tonight, which is kind of a rare thing for me. It's a really nice thing to be racing and catching the people constantly up ahead of you. So I'll give it one more before I call it a night. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie, lads. It's been a pretty tough and shit fucking year, to be honest. I'm getting through it now, though. Trying a few new things, and hopefully kind of start to find some balance again and kind of get my life back on track. But it's been nice too. I've had a lot more time with my kids over the last year. A bit more time with my wife. So that part of it's been great. But yeah, I really need to kind of start putting the foot down career-wise again. It's an odd thing, like I worked really hard through the early part of my life to set myself up financially well. Myself and my wife got very lucky with a few things as well. We ended up in a situation, you know, where like essentially we were both working our asses off and stressed to the hilt because, oh, I'm in my Ferrari again. Let's fix that. Tell by that beautiful sound. But yeah, we're working ourselves to death while not having time to see our kids for quite a while there. So both hit the brakes there about a year ago, me harder than her, and that part of it's been great, but kind of starting to run out of purpose, if you know what I mean. As much fun as running this channel has been, and the few kind of digital business kind of stuff I've been doing locally on the side, but and the guitar teaching, all that stuff, I really enjoy it, but I just need something I think a bit more solid going forward. Like ideally I'd love to get something going for myself on YouTube, but myself and my wife, we have a few projects going together that hopefully one of them will gain some traction, but I kind of need to look at something a bit more practical in the meanwhile while I continue to work on these sort of things. Spud, how you doing, man? Sorry, we're in the Puka confessional hour because I'm tired and delirious. Oh, we got so mate. Cheers. Cheers, Spawnsworth. F&M plays off for the night. Enjoy the rest of your stream, and I'll see you on the next one. Yeah, cheers, dude. I'll be back Thursday night, same time. Ooh, this is the first time I've run over on an evening session in a while anyway. How's the racing going tonight? It's been messy, but it's been really good. Like I've had I think maybe 2 podiums, and then I have had a number of races where I've had ridiculous issues kind of happen to me, like people crashing into me, but I've recovered and I've ended up in the points, even got a few top 5s while still battling through kind of some really dirty play from people. I seem to have a good bit more pace than the average person on the field, which is really encouraging. But yeah, I made in the earlier races I made 1 or 2 stupid mistakes as well. There was one where I took a pit lane penalty, which knocked me back from 2nd to 9th, and then ended up getting absolutely wiped out by another driver, which really sucked. But yeah, It's a positive night. It's definitely positive Dior, as far as I can tell. Be checking my DG Edge score tomorrow to see what way it adjusted. Probably hasn't been a huge amount though, because there was one race I finished in last because of issues. That one does a lot. I don't recognize anybody at the top of this lobby. Grumpy Old Man was in the last one. I think Tobias was in the last one as well, actually. And there was one or two names I saw further down the grid. With all the people around me here, I haven't raced with yet, so I need to have my wits about me. Hey, I need help from the chat here. So the color settings on my TV are a little off at the moment, to the point that I can't see the difference between an Irish flag or an Italian flag. Can you tell me if Singularity up there ahead is an Irish driver or an Italian one? I would appreciate it. Oh, that's a penalty, isn't it? Irish, nice. Irish lads representing at the front here. Fortunately, it looks like I'll lose a place or two here with this penalty. Oh, the guy behind served the penalty as well. We are in the clear for now. I'm racing a bit sloppier here though. Need to tighten it up a bit. Nothing wrong with your screen, just your eyes, you say? Yeah, the TV is fine, it's just I have to run the PS5 through a capture card before it reaches the TV. So it goes into a capture card, which also goes into the laptop, and it splits out the signal to the TV. But it does just mess up the colours slightly. It's funny, it's the only one I notice is the red and orange. Aside from that, it maybe just looks like a little extra bit more vibrant and warm than it should be, but it looks great. But it definitely looks different than the stream on YouTube. Oh, oh no. Scary. I'm just going through some basic fatigue mistakes here. To get back into my flow state. Good. Not a bad lap, just those final two turns were way off. It's a much better turn one than the previous lap also. We do have Crasher directly behind us though, who is setting the fastest laps at the moment, so we need to be conscious of that. He's not crazy fast though, 132.1. He should be setting 132s. I'm just a little off my game on this race. Yeah, 132.5 has been pretty much my average kind of early race pace tonight. The pressure has fallen down to 5th. Wasn't a pit either, just had an incident by the seams of it. Oh, Singularity's gone in already. Must have been getting lonely out front. Wanted the traffic. Caught an awkward bounce again there. Ooh, little skim there. Yeah, 134s needs to do better. There. Okay, 13-second gap, so singularity is about 7-ish seconds net out of us. He's got one other person, Crasher, with him, but Crasher hasn't pit yet, and the rest of the field is very far behind, so we might come out in second here. I think I might pit now, a little earlier than the other races. The softs aren't lasting, and I reckon I'll come out ahead of the big pack. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, Crasher has gone in, so it's just myself and Singularity here, and the rest of the pack is very far behind. I'm probably come out about 5-6 seconds out of the rest of them here. Or not. No, misjudged that. Oh dear. I assume all these people have pit, but you never know. He's not going for a move, is he? I think he had a peek. That was a good move. Credit where credit's due. Bombed through that and kept it in control. A surprisingly low amount of pace compared to these people. They're all catching me. It's the first time tonight this has been happening for me. Great, get past here. Oof, might struggle to hold on to a top 5 here actually. This has gone very awry for me suddenly. Fence work there. Can I hold it? Really want that top 5. I haven't fought for much tonight, I'll fight for this. He's all over me though. Just parking it on the apex. Being as defensive as I can here. Ah, we got it. Nice. Oof, hard fought top 5 there at the end, but very happy with that overall. I'm not 100% sure what went wrong for me in that race. I thought I was contending for second until I pit. But yeah, no, I was just a good bit further back than I expected. I guess I was actually about a second a lap slower than I had been in previous races, so I just added up, I think. So does it introduce any lag as in the what you call it, the capture card? No, there's no latency from it. Thanks Forever Sideways. Thanks Greg. Top 5 again. Yeah, no, I've lost track of the scores from tonight, but I'm definitely in the positive. I think how many races is that? So that was race number 7. I think at the very least I've had 4 positive, 3 bad. I think it's more like 5 positive, 2 bad. I can't remember. Oof. Oh, I'm tired now after all this. I think I need a snack. I don't have time to watch a movie anymore. Might watch a TV series or something. Everyone, thanks so much for sticking with me for that one. Greg, Spud, Forever Sideways, Spawnsworth. There's loads of you popped in. Irish Lightning, Michael Dixon. Yeah, it was great to see you all again. Thanks so much for keeping me company on this one. Bit of a journey that. Really enjoyed the racing tonight. Pace was definitely falling off a bit towards the end, but plenty of time to work on that now. I'll be back on again Thursday, same time. Maybe not for as long, but I'll try getting about 4 or 5 races in on that night anyway, live on stream, and then we'll be back again on Friday for a bit of a double header. Same time on Friday. So I will catch yous then. Everyone, thanks again for watching. I'm Clark. This is Puka GT. I will catch yous on Thursday. Take care.